Welcome to the Student Council Debate 2025-2026. My name is Emilia Garcia.
And my name is Daniela Macias, and we will be the moderators for this debate.
Great transformations await, and it's you who will lead the change. Our STUCO elections will happen next Monday, September 29th, right after flag raising. First, let's listen to the current STUCO presidents, Juan Diego and Vice President Kyler, who will share a bit of what STUCO has been like this past year.
Good afternoon, Jaguars.
So before we introduce the new parties running for student council, we just want to take a moment and reflect what this past year has meant to us. Serving as your president and vice president has truly been an honor.
This role comes with real responsibility. It's not just about planning events, it's about listening to your voices, representing your ideas, and working hard to make sure that our school feels united and full of energy. From JAG Day and the variety shows to the costume contests, Valentine's Cupids, and even our hallway games, we've made sure to bring fun, creativity, and connection into every corner of last year.
We're grateful you have trusted us with that responsibility. Leading student council has taught us a lot about teamwork, commitment, and how much it takes to serve our community in a way that makes a difference.
Now it's time for the next group of leaders to step up. Today, you'll hear from the new parties running for student council, students who are ready to bring their own new and interesting ideas, dedication, and energy to the school that we all love.
We're excited to see what they will do next. And with that, let's start the debate. Shout out Raúl, Catalina, Alberto, Agata, Marilu, Tamara, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Juan Diego and Kyler. So today for general rules for today's debate. It is forbidden to interrupt when another candidate is speaking. Microphones will be muted throughout the proceedings, except when it is a candidate's turn to speak. The speaking times must be respected. The ideas and plans that are made manifest, the allegations, the replies, and counter-replies will be made in relation to said plans, and any personal confrontation is strictly forbidden.
Today's debate will be divided into 4 parts. Part 1, presentation of parties. Part 2, debate questions. Part 3, questions from opposite candidates. And Part 4, closing remarks.
For part 1, presentation of the parties, each party will have a total of 3 minutes to present each candidate, the party ideology, and the proposals.
Let's welcome the parties. United Voices.
Good afternoon, fellow students and faculty. We're the Party of Voices United, a party composed of 20 powerful students. We know that STUCO entails that your voice is our mission. Our executive board is President Camila Echeverria, 10th grade, Deputy President Gabriela Jimeno, 12th grade, Vice President Penelope Rojas, 10th grade, Deputy Vice President Andres Marte, 12th grade,
Secretary Isabela Chimizu, 10th grade. Deputy Secretary Daniela Silvera, 12th grade. Treasurer Emma Drake, 10th grade. Deputy Treasurer Samuel Reyes, 12th grade. And then we have our Public Relations Officer, Luciana Soria, and our Vice Public Relations Officer, Nahuel Proto.
So our main proposals will be doing the school play at Teatro Pacific, Halloween trick or treat, comparsas, costume competition in Halloween, Christmas season week, bringing back ping pong tables, 10K run, joining the school clubs, increased presence in social media, and suggestion forms throughout the year.
Besides these new initiatives, we also plan to bring back the STUCO activities that sadly we didn't have last year. We want to bring back old traditions that brought the school together, but and also bringing innovating ideas like the ones my co-president said and the following ones. Um, special, oh, thank you. Special holidays like Reds and Blues Day for Children's Day, celebrating the Met community and student life at the Met. Also, pep rallies for ASCA and important sports events for our different athletes at the Met. It can be ASCA for basketball, volleyball, and swimming, but also important championships and important matches for our teams. We also want to increase our presence in social media, which we've seen has decreased across the years. We want to increase sport discipline and spirit, not only to the pep rallies, but providing different platforms for our athletes to thrive and grow. Lastly, as Camila mentioned, spirit events during specific seasons of the year, like Halloween or the Fall Festival, Winter Festival, but also bringing back more activities in Valentine's Day, managed by the Student Council, and carnavales, such as the comparsas. With this, thank you so much.
We want to do more than just meet expectations, we want to surpass them. We've already had a taste of what we can accomplish together as I ran and created our very own student-led news channel, Met Morning News, which was streamed every Wednesday. Met Morning News was an opportunity to bring extra energy and information to our mornings. We have a bunch of other activities planned to make our school more enjoyable. We're talking about more engaging spirit weeks, fun competitions, and events to celebrate our diverse community. But our vision goes beyond just a few activities. We believe that a great school is built on the happiness and well-being of every single student. That's why we're committed to listening to you, the individual student, as much as we care about the school as a whole.
As your presidential candidate, I want you to know I'm not new to this role. I've already served in student council, and that experience has given me a deep understanding of how things get done. I also have experience in leadership in MUN, as I am the vice president of that club. For this party, I'm not running on promises alone. I'm running on experience and have a great team behind me to help me. We're working on behalf of the students, and we all understand, accept, and want to improve and help solve all the problems that we all face. So my time in student council taught me what matters most to you. I've spent countless hours listening to feedback and helping and trying to come up with solutions for problems. With my prior knowledge and all of our experience, we can really start the year really strong and have a very productive year as student council.
Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. You may exit the stage. Part 2, debate questions. All presidential candidates will return to the stage for the rest of the debate. The order in which the parties will speak will be drawn before representatives for each party. Debate questions will be drawn from 4 different categories: student activities and events, leadership and accountability, school environment and culture, student life and well-being. All presidential candidates will have 90 seconds to answer each question. There will be 1-minute replies by the opposing candidates and an additional 40 seconds to each candidate for follow-ups or clarifications. 20 seconds before the end of each answer, reply, or counter-reply, a bell will announce that the candidate must wrap up their answers or rebuttal. If they do not, when the second bell rings, the microphones will be muted.
Team Utopia will speak first. First question. First question. What activities do you propose to do this year? Which will be your greatest? And which do you think will unite the students more?
Hello, okay. And we've already discussed with Make-A-Wish to do a Make-A-Wish fundraiser race at the school. All money would go towards the student council again for further activities and further competitions we have. We also have what we have is called Utopia Cup. It's a soccer tournament lasting 6 weeks at the Met, played I think it was every Tuesday at lunch. And yeah, just another way for the students to engage in friendly competition. Yes.
Thank you. The opposing party may do a rebuttal of 30 seconds. You may have the time now.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, Utopia. I have noticed that you have a member from the student council from last year in your party. Last year's student council didn't do much. So how do you guarantee you will make events and initiatives like come to life this year if you have members from last year who didn't meet the requirements of the school?
I would agree with you that the student council last year was a little bit disappointing, but we have a member that's only going to help us because we don't have the experience with the staff and the workings of this new student council system. Well, he does. So in our party, we have new members who are going to bring new ideas, work, and actually be able to make that change while also having the experience to not make those silly mistakes you make when you first assume the role.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, we seem to be having some technical difficulty with the audio in the live stream. So I am going to switch the microphones. Hello. And now you are going to team United Voices. Now you will answer the question. What activities do you propose to do this year? Which one do you think will be the funnest? And what do you think will unite the student body most?
Okay. So our party plans to reinforce old STUCO traditions like the Halloween. What we'll do in Halloween is a typical costume contest, classroom decorating, trick-or-treating candy hunt, spooky movie night, DIY Halloween crafts, and more. For winter holidays, we're gonna do a winter fair, winter spirit week. We plan to engage with a gift exchange, DIY ornaments, and more. For Valentine's, we plan on doing card exchange, candygrams and flower sales, and photo booths, jeans days, and more. Furthermore, we plan to implement season activities and pep rallies.
Our main activity to unite the school will be the school play. Meanwhile, the funnest will be the comparsas.
If United Voices has finished, then we can give the time to Utopia to have a 30-second rebuttal.
Same microphone or that one? Right. And as I do appreciate all these activities you have planned, I think it takes money to do these things. Where do you plan on getting this large sum of money? And what would you do to give me a peace of mind that this money will actually go to these things and not just get this money and, change your mind or slack off or all the above? Respectfully, of course, Susanna.
Thank you so much for bringing this important topic up. Obviously, while we were running and brainstorming our fundraisers and our events together, we did ask for the budget by the school. We weren't giving an explicit or exact number, but we estimated around $10,000 or $12,000. That's the number the school gave us for our activities. Obviously, this money won't, if we receive it, we can't just keep it or not do anything with it. The school has the records and we do have to keep track of every dollar we receive, and we do have to report what we spend it on at the school. So don't worry, we will not be using this money in vain. Okay, once we get a proper number for the budget, we'll give you how much exactly each of our events will cost and it will raise. But since the school hasn't provided us that exact amount that we will receive for the year, we can't give you this.
Next question. How will we know that you will do what you are saying you to do? And not just promise whatever. Team Utopia.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry. How will we know?
Question number 2, how will we know that you will do what you promised and not just have empty promises to the student body?
We believe that we haven't made any unrealistic promises. That's why we're not being that specific, because we don't want to lie to you. We don't want to give you false hope like some student councils have in the past. Some parties like to say a bunch of stuff and then not deliver just to excite you guys. We don't want to do that. And we're not promising anything unrealistic. We're doing things that maybe seem small, but they're going to create a lot of school spirit. And since there's small things that can happen every week, the student council's presence is going to be felt, and it's actually going to make a difference at the school.
And we have faith that the people who vote for us know that when we say we're going to do something, we're going to stick to it, and that's what we plan on doing for future reference, future activities, future games, all the above. And I know that if you guys vote for us, you know that we'll do it. Thank you.
Are the candidates done?
Yes, ma'am.
Opposing party, you may propose your reply.
Thank you. Candidates, you do realize this was the exact same speech the party which Juan Diego belonged to said last year. They didn't give specific examples of what they were going to plan, leaving the ambiguity of the events for the students to just guess what the STUCO will do, and at the end of the day, the STUCO didn't deliver. They said the exact same speech last year. They didn't say any specific events, and that kept them from having the accountability to meet specific goals or specific events for the students throughout the year. So I understand why you're not specific, but understand what it implies.
Can I interject? Can I add?
You may object.
Interjection. I literally just.
Please keep it calm.
It's very friendly. Maybe you didn't hear, but I previously just stated, 3 activities already that we have in mind. The one with organization with Make-A-Wish, this fundraising race, Utopia Cup, our soccer tournament lasting 6 weeks, and, I didn't mention the winter ones because you guys said it, but we also have similar ideas for winter. But those are 3 ideas we already have previously stated.
Thank you. Do I have the right to reply? Thank you, candidate. You do realize your ideas are very good. Thank you for bringing them up. I must have missed them in your speech. You do realize you're proposing 3 ideas, no specific day, no specific goal for the students, while we're proposing 10 or more, at least 10, right? For each specific season of the year, you count on Make-A-Wish for your fundraising and your organizing. The events we have are STUCO planned and led. At least we're organizing to do it that way. So please propose more. I would say, I think the students want to know what other events, more than 3, that STUCO has for them in a whole school year. And that not only count on other clubs, but are fully STUCO led.
Candidate, your time is up.
Thank you.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, you may reply.
Well, I didn't want to bombard the audience with activities after activities because at the end of the day, this is a school, this isn't a playground. We're here to learn and not just do games every day. So I'm sorry I didn't sit there and list 15 activities that you can do throughout the year. I gave some examples, nor did I give the dates right now because, as I said, this is just an introduction to what we're doing. I don't have everything set in concrete yet, but obviously, yeah, activities aren't the only thing that are driving the student council. So I don't know why it's relevant that you have like 15 of them.
Thank you.
Do I have the right to reply still, or do we move on to our response to the question?
You have the right to respond.
To Utopia, or to the question? To Utopia?
To Utopia.
Yes. Well, Utopia, once again, thank you for your conciseness, for telling us how your party works. We do understand how you may have felt bombarded by, maybe a little intimidated by the amount of events that we propose to do in the school year. Nonetheless, that is the purpose of the debate. That is the purpose of this event, so that students know what we have planned and what we can deliver, the goals that we set for our party, because we know we can make them. It's okay for you to have only 3 goals or 3 events. I'm not saying that's bad, just something to think about. Thank you.
Moving on, question number 3.
We couldn't answer question 2. We just did rebuttals.
You may respond.
Could you please repeat question 2 in the,
We responded on that.
Question 2. How will you make sure that you are saying promises that you will actually keep and not just empty promises?
Can you the time? Okay,
90
thank you.
seconds.
Well, not only making these promises and showing our passion by being here in the debate, but all of our STUCO members of our party are active members of clubs and are either involved in the leadership teams of these clubs, like for instance, Environmental Club, that we've planned many successful Med Green conference, MUN, where we've planned many successful METMU conferences, but other clubs such as Alimenta, Malambo Club, and iGEM and many more initiatives in the school that we are already a part of, and we know that we can deliver what we set in mind with STUCO.
We will also ensure that we work closely with the leadership team at the school to ensure that our ideas are viable and we are able to do them throughout the year with the approval of them. Also to ensure that you guys have a fun time throughout the different spirit weeks and activities done throughout the year.
Are you done? Yes. Okay, you may reply.
My only issue is that since you're highlighting key points, how many activities you have, I don't see how this is going to be done in the foreseeable future. As you have many activities planned, how do we trust that each one of those is going to happen? Well, I think at least with us, we have a good amount that are well thought out, and that can definitely happen. Whereas you just having a bunch, a lot of them may not happen. That's true, and it might not be your fault, but there's a better chance that most of your activities aren't going to happen.
Well, to contradict what you're saying, we have organization skills. We have a set plan of what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do, and how we're gonna pay. So for us, having many events is not an issue, as we have been organizing it through the start of our whole campaign.
As I mentioned before, I don't know if you listened while I said this, almost every member of our campaign is experienced in organizing events as such. With each club, we've organized big events, at least like 3 a year, like you.
Candidate, your time is up.
Thank you.
Okay, question number 3. How will you make this school better for students' well-being? Utopia.
Okay, thank you. Our eventual goals not only encompass the academic and entertaining pillar, but they also have health. For instance, we plan to install in the girls' bathrooms, high school and middle school, boxes for necessities with their periods, such as period pads, tampons, even deodorant for any urgency throughout the day. Additionally, through fundraisers, we also plan to install something better in the locker rooms for our athletes that train in the mornings and have to shower and get ready for school there. If you forget your deodorant, some cologne, anything for the shower, just have that STUCO has your back for that, right? That we care about your well-being and we want you to have all the resources necessary to continue practicing in school and be a dedicated student athlete without having to give up your hygiene or anything else, so that you're comfortable as well.
We will also ensure that your voice is heard is our mission as a party. We'll make sure that we receive your feedback, suggestions, and anything really that you might want to voice to the student council so that we can work on it and we can make it better. Whether it's the hygiene stuff with the activities and stuff like that.
With all these activities, we plan to unify the school and all the students in the Met. Thank you.
Thank you. The opposing party may reply.
So your big plan is to add deodorant and cologne to bathrooms? I'm sorry, I'm sure, I really think that would be at the least of people's concerns.
Okay.
No. Are you done or will you continue? Can we do that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
7 seconds.
what I just wanted to ask, do you actually have plans for this, or are these just ideas? Do you have plans, or are these just ideas?
These are plans. Thank you for bringing up this point. Obviously, well-being and health is not only about physical health. The deodorants, the colognes that I said as an example, and the period products that we plan to install are more for the physical well-being of students. But through the initiatives of feedback forms, any concern that students can have about the school or teachers, anything that they can come up to us, helps their mental health, their stress that they may be experiencing from school, and overall makes the school a safer place. We do have this plan. We have a planning document, our budget,
Your time is
everything.
up.
Thank you.
Team Utopia, you may answer the question. The question is, how will you make this school better for students' well-being?
We want to first say we're gonna make the school a better place for students' well-being because in our team we make sure the school is well represented in all departments. We have players, we have the captain of the soccer team, we have players from the basketball team, players in MUN, people in MUN, people who are very good in physics, people who are very good in English. We've got a very well represented team, so obviously we're students too, and we're gonna benefit from this, so we're gonna make everything possible to improve the students' well-being.
Are you over?
You done? Are you done?
Well, another point we just wanted to make sure everybody knows that we've all been at the school for almost 12 years, I think. Everybody's been here. Just longevity, that's all I'm gonna say. But we got a longevity. I finished, thank you.
When you proposed, or when you answered the question, I didn't hear any concrete proposals of what you're gonna do to help the school. So, well-being, can you expand? Because there's no concrete idea of how you're gonna help. You just say you want to help.
Want to help what?
Also, we're also all students at this school. Actually, we haven't finished, thank you. We're also all students at the school from different grade levels, not only seniors. We're also in football, volleyball, and different sports.
Time
We're
is
in the
up,
same
candidate.
state as you guys.
Time's up. Our team is not just seniors, just the big ones are because but what's your question? I'm not hearing a question. You're just saying we're seniors. Next observation.
You may repeat the question.
So the question was, of course, we're both students at the Met, that we're in the same state as you guys, different athletes, different clubs, many years at the school. We have the same level of sense here. We just want to know what are some more concrete, not even proposals, just ideas to improve the well-being of the school, because we just heard you talk about how you are a student, how you represent the school by being a student, but we want to know actual proposals, actual ideas to improve the well-being.
Well, an idea, sure. More freedom for DP students. I know this doesn't apply to everybody in secondary, but I feel you guys know that this year we've been stripped from a few of our previous liberties, and I know that me representing the student body, for the DP especially, we would be able to try to give those liberties and freedoms back.
Are you done?
Sure, why not?
You may reply.
But since you're seniors, don't you think you're only thinking about yourselves? Don't you have any ideas for MYP students that you could also bring, as it is STUCO for MYP and
It's not only the DP students that you're supposed to care about, all the way from 6th grade to 12th grade. And sorry, may I just show how I'm catching you off guard by asking you to propose ideas and events, and you just have to come with one up right on the spot. Unlike us, which we have a structured plan and structured events for this.
Sorry about that. Can I reply now, please? Wait, very quick, very brief. Sorry. Yes, we have other plans as maybe it's nepotism, but I'm working with my mother, who is a librarian, to not just for 6th grade to senior year, but also elementary school. We are working on projects together. What? You can talk to my mother about it. Go to the library. Go to the library.
Parties, please don't speak until the other party's time is over.
Oh yeah, that wasn't done, so I'm gonna finish it. Go to the library and find out yourself. But she has many plans. It's mostly for 6th and 7th grade.
We'll move on to question number 4.
Candidates, we are moving on.
How will you make sure students' voices are heard by teachers and administration?
Team Utopia.
Well, like the other team already said, we also thought of like suggestion boxes as a way to filter through suggestions and problems and concerns that would go straight to the president and vice president of Team Utopia, which would then get brought up to Mr. Rente and everybody else that would need to listen to it, like Miss Paola, Miss Mayra, and Mr. Rente. But yeah, just a way of communication to Team Utopia about any concerns and problems or anything they wish to change.
Yes, we are planning to use all of our connections with teachers, and we're all, Juan Diego has experience in the student council last year. He already has those contacts for any events we need to plan. We have people in NHS, people who know teachers in different classes, so we're just gonna try to make all our student voices be heard, and it's not something that is going to be something hard to do for us because we all have great relationships with our teachers, and for us, talking to teachers is not something hard to do, and it's something we could do to help the school in general.
Are you done? Opposing party, you may respond.
Thank you for saying this. I think it's very important that the STUCO has a really excellent, like a good way to talk to teachers and they feel comfortable because we are the platform for that. I just wanted to ask, like, in the past, STUCO has had suggestion boxes, but sadly they had to be removed. They had physical suggestion boxes. They had to be removed because it resulted in vandalism. Do you plan, when talking about suggestion boxes, how do you plan to install them again as to not result in vandalism?
It's not a physical suggestion box, it's via Google Forms. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, Chad.
Are you done? Would the opposing party want to reply?
Hello?
May you repeat?
Would you guys want to reply to what they said? Okay. Okay, question 4 for Team United Voices. Would you want me to say it again?
Please.
What will you do to make sure that students are heard by teachers and administration?
As we previously said before, all of our team, everyone is from different grades, so by actively hearing suggestions from all of the grades from high school to DP, we'll be able to listen to suggestions. We plan on getting different perspectives, not only from students, but also from our teachers in order to be heard from all different ages.
Our plan is to make a solid connection between the student's voice and the teachers and the staff and the faculty members, because we know that sometimes as a 6th grader, 7th grader, it's kind of scary to go up to a teacher and suggest stuff. So we plan on making it a safe space for everyone to approach us or even a teacher to voice their suggestions. Also, as we mentioned, with the form to ensure that we receive feedback, suggestions, anything at all from the students.
The form can also not only be proposals, suggestions, anything, but if a student's having trouble and feels a little intimidated to come up and physically talk to someone, the form can also be anonymous as to ensure the student's protection and safety, as well as like some unbiased mitigation of whatever the problem or suggestion may be.
Are you done?
Yes, thank you.
Opposing party, you may respond.
What do you guys think you're gonna do differently for people to actually do this? Because it's been year after year, everybody's like, oh, suggestions, so we can make it better. Yeah, and it never happens. Nothing ever good has barely ever come from that. So what makes yours so different? And what's that last part about, something about anonymous? What's anonymous? Yes.
Can I answer? Okay, thank you for bringing that up. So first, I'm going to answer your first part, right? How we want to promote this. So as Isa said, we have students from varying grade levels. So we're not only going to like post it in the morning announcements, like scan for suggestions or send a link for suggestions, but also talk to students in our grades. Talk to your fellow classmates as a STUCO representative. Hey, like, has this been bothering you? Talk to STUCO about it. STUCO will have that, not only that goal, but the responsibility to advocate for students. It will be our personal mission to do that.
Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to part 3.
Part 3, questions from opposing candidates. President candidates will have 30 seconds to ask a question to an opposing presidential candidate of their choice. The opposing president candidate will have 90 seconds to reply.
So, sorry, just to be clear, I can only ask a question to the president of Utopia.
Correct.
Only president, no vice president?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Wait. No, yeah, it's both president and vice president.
President and vice president.
Yeah, so
the
either-
party, anyone in the party that is in the podium.
No,
right now.
you can, the vice president or president can ask a question to the other vice president or president.
Okay, so for instance, here the president and vice president is Caleb and Ignacio. So if I were to ask a question, it would only be to Caleb and Ignacio.
Correct.
And vice versa, they could only ask a question to Cami, Lope, Daniela, or me, because we're presidents and. Oh, sorry. Cami, Lope, and me, because president, vice president, deputy president. Yes. Okay.
That's correct.
President?
Sorry. Could we have some time to think about the question, or?
No.
I'm prepared, I see.
I will ask you to be respectful.
So candidate Caleb. So in the past, they've also proposed a football tournament, especially our just graduated senior Raul. He wanted to do the football tournament, and it didn't result as good, and he didn't specify how to plan it. So how do you plan to make that tournament successful this year? How do you plan to align with the financial goals of the school? But also, as you said, this is school, not a playground, ensuring students meet their
Candidate, your
academic
time is up.
How long do I have to respond?
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
And for the planning stage of it, this has already been planned. I've already been doing this since the start of my candidacy. What's the word? You know it. Since the beginning of my campaign, I've been starting for, it's been 3 weeks. I already had this planned, already had forms sent out to the soccer team and people who would want to play, and word of mouth, people have been asking me, oh, is it really happening? Yeah, so people already have a crowd excited about it. And it wouldn't, I don't know what money has to do with this, because it's during school, during lunch, at the soccer field, that's all we need. It's just that, and it'll only be for 6 weeks, so it's not going to be dragged out for too long.
And also, you mentioned that Raul did it and it didn't work. MetCup was actually very, very successful as the start. The only problem at the end was with some behavior, and it closed due to behavior, not due to bad management or a bad organization. So if we just improve on that a little bit, which we can definitely do, we can just have an even more successful tournament that only unites the school and involves student council and gives it presence.
Thank you. Team Utopia may now ask a question to the opposing party. 30 seconds to propose your question.
If I don't have a question. If I don't have a question, I don't know.
You don't have a question, it will just show that you are unprepared for this debate.
All questions she already answered previously.
Just ask a question.
Okay, what is what's your position in this? What are you? Because how are the three of you?
What would your
There's
question be?
president, vice president. You said what?
Well, we did introduce this at the beginning.
Yeah,
So, do you
pretty
really
much.
want this to be your question, or do you want to think about it? Okay.
Can you please explain what each role of your each role in your party is? Because it just feels like adding people just to have more votes and have more popularity instead of actually having people who are gonna do stuff.
It also feels like maybe you just wanted to combine teams because intimidation.
Time is up.
I know how it may feel. I know how you may feel a little bit intimidated by the amount of students that we have in our party, because obviously more students typically means more votes. The reason for the merge, and let me explain the positions first. Camila is the president, Lope is the vice president, and then Daniela, then I'm the deputy president, right? I'm kind of like a second president, kind of like how Juan Diego was it vice president or vice president last year? Oh, Kyler was vice president, so it's similar positions as that. When seniors leave, when people have to take over because inherently we will not be as active, That's why the merging of the parties happened, so that our goals can still be ensured, they can still happen, even if the seniors can't be as present in the school. Nonetheless, the seniors who are involved in this party, obviously these parties have to be approved, and we've had a record of being involved not only in student council, but in clubs that require a lot of planning, like MUN and Med Green. So please rest assured that every member in this party has the capabilities and the organizational skills to go about every goal and event that we have planned.
May I repeat?
Review.
May I go? Whatever the word is.
Okay, so you may not reply to their reply.
Wait, why?
Because that's not how this section works. Part 4. We're going on to part 4, closing remarks. Each presidential candidate will give a final message to the school community and especially to the student body for a maximum of 90 seconds. So to rephrase that, each presidential candidate from each party has to say something. Utopia will start.
Okay, so today we were here to show why we're the better party. We have tried to show it. You guys know us. We're not unknown to you. You guys know what we're capable of. We are going to do our best to serve you, to try to improve the school. We're not going to be lazy. We're not going to slack off if we're elected. We've come all this way. We've come here and we've tried our best here today. We haven't attacked the other party personally or been aggressive in any kind. But in the end, we just want what's best for the school. We're not trying to just get the power, get the position. We're doing this because we actually care for the school. We've been at the school, all of us, for at least 12 years, and we want to give back to the school and make it a better place. So if we win, I promise that we'll do our best to make the school a better place, and that we're not doing this as a joke. We're actually going to take this seriously.
Everybody goes, right? Yeah.
Well, presidential candidates.
Oh, what? No. So just the president.
No, thank you.
Okay, the next scene, can talk.
We just want to ensure that every suggestion you're going to give us is going to take place. We're not only going to be making promises, but we're going to be fulfilling them at the most, what we can. We're United Voices and thanks. Please vote for us.
Elections will happen next Monday after flag raising in the NPR. So it's going to be September 29. Everybody make sure to vote. And we want to thank you very much for watching this live stream of our Student Council debate. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for your time.